What is up, guys? I am finally back. For how long, I do not know. What I do know is this truck needs to get done. Everyone's been bugging me about it. So I have some older footage that I never got around to editing. It was me installing the motor mounts. So I'm using some bone stock 350 small block motor mounts that originally went into this truck, but they went in on the V8 version. I have the V6 that I pulled out, which you guys saw previously. So we'll be doing that. I'm also installing some knockoff Dirty Dingo slider plates just because of the budget. So we're gonna try to get that done and get the engine set in place. Hopefully everything goes well, but let's quit wasting time. Let's get into it. All right, guys, we got to remove the shock from the front. So we got to remove this bolt and this bolt. The first thing we're going to be doing, I ordered some parts, but all of them haven't gotten here yet. So we're going to be test fitting the new motor mounts. So we got to get these motor mounts out of the way, but the best way to get these out is to take out the lower control arm. So in order to take that out, we have to take out the shocks first. And same thing with this one. Alright, guys, and we just have to remove these two bolts. These are 13 mils for the shock. Okay, guys, after the shock is out, you have to take out the sway bar link. So this one here, we have a bolt here and then a bolt on the top. So I'll just blast these out real quick. Then we have to remove the lower control arm so we can stick our hand in this pocket and get to the back of the motor mounts. The one that's right here. So that's the way you get to the inside bolts, or the easiest way. I've seen a couple people cut some holes in it in the frame, which works on the V8s, but for the V6 it does not work. So we're gonna take these bolts out real quick. Alright, guys, the lower control arm is out. I was trying to be lazy, but this thing has to come out regardless, so just take it out. But we have a couple bolts inside there that are holding the V6 motor mount. So you got one right there, you got one hidden in the corner there, and then we look up, there's one there, and then one more right there. All those have to come out, but you have to grab them from the inside. The only way to get these is to take out the lower control arm and get inside this pocket and get them from the outside. So I'll try to give you a better view of it, hopefully. Okay, guys, so this is the location where the new motor mount is going to sit for the LS. So we're going to utilize 3 of these holes, very different from the V6 mount, but this one will be used, this one, and then this very top one. This is a stock motor mount. So basically the way they go, you can't mix these up. They're very They're very different. So you have one bolt that'll go on the top, one there, and one there, and that'll utilize the frame to relocate the V8 engines, or LS engines in this case. But before we do that, we gotta clean some of this up, and we're just gonna paint it to get underneath, because it's bare metal, so we don't want it to rust out. Alright guys, we got the majority of the area cleaned up where the motor mount's going to sit. We're just going to hit this up with a little bit of Rust-Oleum rust reformer. Alright, the paint's pretty dry, a little bit tacky still, but that's fine. We're going to put in the motor mount. So that's one. That's two. That's three. I'm going to go on the bottom and tighten these up real quick. Okay guys, one down. We got this one done. We got the other one to go. And of course you got to put everything else back. Alright, real quick, these lower control arms, I'm not sure what I'm doing with them yet. I don't know if I'm replacing the bushings. They're pretty worn out. They're still okay, but they're dry rotted and cracked. So I don't know if I'm going to replace the whole arms or the bushings. For now, they'll just go back in place so I could put this thing back down on the ground. So just how we took everything off, everything has to go back on, and I'll come back to you when I'm all done with the other side as well. Alright guys, and I'm back. So that one's completely finished, and I did this one off camera, but that one's installed. This one's a little bit harder to install just because of the position of the old V6 mount, but these are the Chevy small block 350 mounts. So combined with that, before we close this out, I'm going to be putting doing a little bit of a mock-up, making sure my motor fits properly. So I bought some of these cheap slider plates, which I'll put all the links in the description box below to let you know how much I paid for them. These were pretty inexpensive. These are like the rip-off of the Dirty Dingo slider plates. But we'll install these real quick. Pretty simple, straightforward. Have a bolt, a lock washer, and these all take lock washers. And this is the old positioning of the old motor mount, but it allows you to adjust it into the OBS body. So last one. All right, guys, so those knockoff dirty dingo mounts do work with the bone stock Chevy 350 V8 mounts. They actually work perfect. A little bit tight, but I was able to get them in. And again, this is just mock-up. I want to make sure they would work before I put everything together and was ready to go. So they do, and this thing looks like it belongs in here. All right, then we're gonna look under here. That's perfect. This is the lowest part of the truck. Now the cross member, the pan sits right under, which is perfect. Nothing will ever touch there. And these slider plates work perfectly. Man, I feel like just leaving it in here, but it has to come back out. Got to finish up the suspension work, painting the engine bay, going through the whole truck, make sure it's the way I want it. It's a lot of the times it's better to be patient rather to rush things and be stuck with something you're unhappy with. So I know a lot of people have been waiting for this, and I've been taking my time on it. But yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this one. Motor mounts are complete, mock-up is complete. I know these work. I know everything will fit in place. Alright guys, that's going to be a wrap for this one. As you saw in the video, we were able to install the bone stock V8 small block motor mounts in by removing the lower control arms and accessing them from the inside of the frame rails, which is kind of a pain in the butt but very necessary. And we were able to install those knockoff dirty dingo slider plates, which work perfectly. It's a little bit tight, but just need some breaking in. I took the engine right out, and I still need to do some suspension work, some paint, and some other little knickknacks on the front end before everything's finally set into place. But I just want to say thank you very much. We just rounded off to 2K, so we just hit over 2,000 subscribers on the channel, which is great, man. I haven't put a video out in a very, very long time. It's been a few months actually, just because of family and some responsibilities I got to take care of before I'm able to mess around with my toys. That's why I haven't really uploaded anything. I haven't even been able to work on anything. So hopefully we could change that this coming up year. This will be the last video of the year, I think. But yeah, guys, as always, make sure you comment, like, share, and subscribe. Also, if you're not already following me on my Instagram, make sure you do so at LowLifeYonquez. I will be uploading a lot of pictures if I'm not uploading any videos, so make sure you follow me on that platform. But as always, guys, I'll catch you maybe on the next one, shortly on the next one. I don't know, maybe a long time on the next one. I'll catch you on the next one. All right, thank you.